is where it gets fun. This is where I come alive.
Hey, we're ready to show up, and Jake's in good shape. His mind is very locked in and focused for this, so we're all looking forward to this.
Jake Paul is locked into a brutal heavyweight training camp in Miami as he prepares for his December 19th showdown with Anthony Joshua. Surrounded by elite sparring partners who mimic Joshua's size, strength, and power, Paul is pushing himself through high-level sessions under the guidance of top coaches. His camp includes advanced recovery therapy and cutting-edge equipment to elevate speed, endurance, and technical accuracy. Every day centers on sharpening strategy and building mental resilience, ensuring Paul enters the ring fully prepared for the toughest test of his career. Jake Paul's training camp for his fight with Anthony Joshua shows a level of dedication most people never witness. His coach explains that the real work, the long hours, the punishing conditioning, the constant drilling of technique, happens far from public view. Fans see the clips, but not the sacrifice it takes to prepare for a fighter of Joshua's caliber. Jake endures relentless physical fatigue and heavy mental pressure daily, yet he approaches every session with unwavering focus. His commitment is absolute, proving that beyond the cameras and spectacle, he's fully invested in performing at an elite level when it matters most.
Realize how much is sacrificed in the camp, and Jake sacrificed a lot to get ready for the last fight on top of releasing the new brand W, and so he needed a break. And so we took a month off, got right back in there, and now we're getting ready for the fight. And we're not as heavy as we were before, which is a plus for us. I didn't want us to go back up, but you can guarantee he's gonna be ready to fight night. I think in the last 6 weeks, you've seen Jake slowly tighten himself up and get himself prepared, and he's really locked in now. So what we've been able to see is Jake evolve into the gladiator. He's slowly evolving into the gladiator that he has become for fight night. About time he finishes the camp and goes through everything he needs to go through, by that night, he'll be fully prepared. His outer shell that he needs to be able to go there and be the gladiator for the night, they'll have that ready, and that's what you see happening now. That's the process of which we're...
Every part of Jake Paul's training is built around one mission: defeating a former world champion. Analysts point out that his mental preparation is just as crucial as the physical grind. Jake visualizes scenarios, studies potential obstacles, and structures his sessions to strengthen confidence while correcting weaknesses. This mental work helps him stay composed under pressure and execute his game plan without hesitation on fight night. His psychological discipline reflects a clear evolution over his recent bouts, showing he's no longer just a social media star trying boxing. He's a focused competitor honing a real fighter's mindset.
Go for this. Enjoy the process, enjoy the moment. When it's over, I'm gonna be missing these moments.
145.
Sparring partners are a vital part of Jake Paul's fight preparation. Sources in his camp reveal that Paul has long tested himself against skilled, experienced boxers, often outperforming them and demonstrating the gap in focus, technique, and determination. Now, as he prepares for Anthony Joshua, the stakes have changed. For the first time, his sparring partners replicate the size, strength, and power of a true heavyweight, giving Paul a realistic simulation of what to expect in a ring. These sessions push him to adapt, sharpen strategies, and refine both offense and defense. Under this pressure, he experiments with combinations, practices counters, and hones defensive maneuvers that could prove decisive against a fighter of Joshua's elite caliber, ensuring he enters the fight fully prepared.
Training with Jake Paul, when that was, how much sparring you did with him.
So training with Jake Paul, I got to understand how he was as a fighter. He was new into the boxes. He was developing at a very quick rate. This guy trained his ass off. Like, we would spar twice a week in the hot-ass dip in Puerto Rico. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Dude, when I tell you Jake was beating up all these professional boxers who were sparring him, it was just one of those, like, bro, he was whooping their ass and sending them home. That same night, he said, he told everybody below me, I'm saying, you, and home. Only person saying is this guy, Anthony. And he was like, the reason why, because this motherfucker's coming here and getting me work that I need. None of y'all is giving me the work.
Tony Jeff, a highly respected boxing trainer, emphasizes the extraordinary intensity of Jake Paul's current training camp, noting that it far exceeds a typical boxing regimen. He explains that Paul's preparation mirrors that of Olympic-level athletes, incorporating advanced equipment, specialized conditioning methods, and personalized coaching that targets every facet performance. The camp is meticulously structured to enhance not only raw strength, but also speed, endurance, and technical precision, creating a fully comprehensive approach to elite boxing. According to Jeff, this regimen allows Paul to adapt rapidly to new challenges, stay sharp under pressure, and maintain a competitive edge from the opening bell. Unlike conventional camps that may focus narrowly on one aspect of preparation, Paul's camp develops him into a well-rounded fighter capable of handling multiple challenges simultaneously. The sophistication, rigor, and intensity of this environment highlight his total commitment to achieving success at a highest level against a formidable opponent like Anthony Joshua.
Great strength training for explosive power, slamming that ball against the wall and rotating, just like you'd be throwing a hook. See there, he's caught it, he's pulled it back, turning into it, boom. We also see he's getting in an ice bath here. Now, ice baths is not just good for recovery, helping with the inflammation in your body after what you've been putting it through, but it's also good for the mental side of things. Because when you go in an ice bath, everything in your mind is saying, get out of here, what are you doing? So you've got to get past that part of your mind that's telling you that and push through it. So it's great for your mindset as well. Now, one more thing I just want to add with Jake Paul's training before I give you a recap on it. We always see him training. Look, he's got like a group of people around him. There's cameramen there, there's coaches there, all spurring him on. Now, boxing is normally a very lonely sport. When you're in the gym, it's normally you and your coach. Unless you're dealing with a group of people, it's harder for you to get the one-on-one attention that you need. So when you're fighting as a pro, when I was fighting as a pro, it was often just me and my coach. Sometimes there will be another guy in there as well. Sometimes my dad would come, which really helped push me through the session. But when my friends did ever come, maybe one session here and there, that spurred me on even more to get the most out of us. As we see here, he's got people around him all the time. Cameramen, coaches, friends, strength and conditioning coaches, his boxing coach, and he's just his full team around him who's getting paid. What that does is help the fighter, in this case Jake, get more out of the sessions rather than being there by himself, which I think is great. When I was training for the Olympics, we had that sort of support around us and it was amazing. But when I turned pro, that went out the window because you've got to pay for that support. So now my final thoughts on Jake Paul's boxing training. There isn't anything I can pull apart here. Everything he's...
Dan Raphael, a veteran boxing analyst, highlights substantial growth in Jake Paul's skill set since his bout with Tommy Fury. Raphael observes notable improvements in technique, stamina, and tactical awareness, pointing out that Paul now demonstrates a more sophisticated understanding of in-ring dynamics. These developments reflect his ability to learn, adapt, and evolve as a fighter. However, Raphael cautions that the challenge posed by Anthony Joshua remains immense. While Paul's progress is evident, the upcoming fight will demand flawless execution, strategic thinking, and a capacity to apply lessons learned under extreme pressure. Raphael's analysis emphasizes the delicate balance between optimism and realism. Paul is clearly advanced, but facing a former unified heavyweight champion requires not just confidence, but precise and calculated performance. The evaluation underscores that professional growth is continuous, and preparation must account for both physical and psychological demands. The Wade Concept host also provides a critical perspective on Paul's mindset, warning against the dangers of overconfidence. While self-belief is essential in combat sports, there is a fine line where confidence risks tipping into denial. Analysts suggest that Paul may be nearing this threshold, relying heavily on faith in his abilities rather than fully accounting for Joshua's power, experience, and composure. Entering the ring with unrealistic expectations can be hazardous, making it vital for Paul to pair psychological resilience with rigorous, grounded preparation to face one of boxing's most formidable opponents.